Hi, I'm Baddu from freefincal, and today let's talk about a question that some new investors have asked, and it's one of the most intelligent questions I've seen. Why should I not invest in a mutual fund NFO if you say past performance is no guarantee of future returns, also known as the standard mutual fund disclaimer? We'll talk about that, but before that, the big news today is the ban on cryptocurrencies that has been lifted now by the Supreme Court, and they have stepped in and overruled RBI. Please do not start uh, trading or investing in crypto. I have a post on why one should not invest in a currency. It makes absolutely no sense, and especially in the crypto universe where it's so easy to find a person who can cheat you. Please be very, very careful. My 2 cents, please avoid it. It's a big headache. There's nothing more about it for me to say. I can show you some numbers. I have a few posts on cryptos. I've shown the risk in crypto. I've compared it with stocks and bonds, etc. But the upshot is, please don't invest in crypto. Don't assume it will grow and so on. That's just garbage. So the whole point people claim about not investing, experts will tell you don't invest in a new fund offer because you should always have a invest in a fund that has got a good track record. But the problem is that if you say that you should choose a fund with a good track record, then that means that you are not paying attention to the mutual fund disclaimer, which says past performance is not a guarantee of future returns. If past performance does not matter, and if it is not going to represent future performance, then good track records don't matter. You might as well invest in a NFO. So there are multiple examples of how past performance has not resulted in future good returns. I'll show you examples. Just a couple of years ago, if you had looked at a equal weight index, a Nifty 100 equal weight or a Nifty 50 equal weight, that would have done much better than the Nifty 50 or the Nifty 100. However, today, if you look at it, the risk associated with the Nifty 50 equal weight or Nifty 100 equal weight is so apparent. It's so much more that the huge difference between Nifty 50 and Nifty 50 equal weight. Equal weight means all the 50 stocks will have or the 100 stocks will have the same weightage. So also we are looking at how the difference between Nifty 50 and the Nifty next 50 returns. The difference is at an all-time high. There is we have never seen such a disparity between these two returns. So the market is always teaching us something new. There's always something new happening. I had also talked about how the 10-year Nifty SIP returns have reduced by 50% over about 10 years or so. Franklin India Blue Chip, it was one of the best blue chips or large cap mutual funds, has not beaten the Nifty for the last 11 years. And then people talk about Nifty PE all the time, but the PE has constantly changed. If you look at the rolling 10-year average, that's the average, that the central line, that line keeps moving up. So what a high PE is, what a low PE is, has always changed. And people who, just before the 2008 crash, people who have been investing for a long time, they thought that the Sensex PE was not overvalued because compared to what happened during Harshad Mehta times and later, the PE at the 2008 crash, just before the crash, was not very high. So they thought it was not overvalued. So we are always learning, and old funds which were top performers like HDFC top 200, now HDFC top 100, DSP top 100, HDFC tax saver, HDFC equity, all these are, they are nowhere to be seen now. They are not star performers today. So things are always changing. Past performance clearly is not a guarantee of future returns. Therefore, there is no logic in saying don't buy an NFO, buy a fund with a consistent performance track record. Because anyway, the future is unknown. The reason you should not buy an NFO is if you already have too many funds in your portfolio. If you have space in your portfolio, if you can define the position of the NFO in your portfolio, and if you have bothered to read the scheme information document of the NFO, understand the risks, then you might as well buy an NFO. There's no problem at all. There's no issue there. Only thing is, don't buy an NFO for 10 NAV. Some people say NAV is available at rupees 10. In an NFO, it will give you more units. That's nonsense. Other than that, don't believe all the stupid statements which your relationship manager or distributor will make about the NFO. That it's special and so on. And the biggest problem is most NFOs are not special. You would always find a fund that has got a strategy very similar to that NFO. So that is another reason why you don't need an NFO. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy an NFO. There's no, as long as you're not going to clutter your portfolio, as long as you're not going to buy more of the same thing, it's just pot luck whether you buy a old consistent performer or a NFO. Catch you later. Bye bye.